Getting away for a weekend is really easy to do, and we've got two very easy trips that'll take you back in time. First up, we're heading to Woods Point via Jamieson and Kevington, which is about a 2-hour trip from Mansfield in Victoria, but one which you could make a weekend of with your family or friends. Jamieson is a small town located at the junction of the Goulburn River and the Jamieson River, northeast of Melbourne. The area was first settled in 1860, and by 1861 there were approximately 300 people working the goldfields. Jamieson reached its peak in the 1870s, but a sharp decline soon followed, and most mining operations had ceased by the beginning of the First World War, and Black Friday bushfires destroyed many mine workings in 1939. Today, Jamieson is a popular destination for four-wheel driving, fishing and amateur gold diggers. It is close to Lake Eildon and the Mount Buller snowfields. Our first location has brought us to the Jamieson Brewery. It's located about half an hour from Mansfield, and we're going to catch up with Terry, the owner of the Jamieson Brewery. So Terry, prior to taking over the brewery, what did you do before that?
I'm actually a banker, career banker for the last 18 years. All different types of banking, ended up in risk. So I think risk was probably a good background and strategy for actually building the brewery up.
It's a massive change.
It is, but always been around the Mansfield area. I've had a holiday house up here for the last 13 years now as well, and have always come up to Mansfield, Jamieson. So the opportunity to work up here, I took a career break from the bank and actually started the brewery while I was on career break.
And how long have you had the Jamieson Brewery for?
I've been here for about 2.5 years now. We brew 5 different ales, and we try and do a specialty brew once a quarter.
And have you made any new lines?
Yeah, we've currently got a Pilsner out, which is a really good summer beer. It's nice, crisp, sharp type tasting beer. We actually brewed it for summer and then sold out before summer even started. So we've made it again and it's already proving to be quite popular. We've got it to an exact process of 4 weeks. So if we brew on the 4th of May, it'll be out on the 4th of June.
So Terry, I'm sure there's people that'd be interested in the brewing process. Can they get a tour of how it operates?
Absolutely. We do tours most days. If we're actually brewing or we're bottling, we can't take anyone through the brewery. But otherwise, 12:30 each day, we do a brewery tour. It's free. You're welcome to come down and we'll talk you through. We also do a tasting tray.
There's a range of flavours at the brewery, and the best way to try them out is order one of these tasting trays. You get a range of breads and dips, but I'm going to try the new brew out, the Pilsner, and I'll see how that goes. Notice you've got quite a nice area to sit outside out the back.
Awesome beer garden, it's huge. It goes all the way down to the water, we get the boats in, we get the occasional helicopter, so open for anything here.
And can people camp out the back?
Well, we're experimenting with that. Next weekend we've got the Toyota 4x4 Club coming up, and that'll be our first time of actually letting them camp out the back, except for mates, of course. I've had some mates camp out there before, but this will be the first club event, so I'm really looking forward to how it's going to go.
And you can cater for large functions here?
Absolutely. We've actually got a wedding going on at the moment, so that's 90 people in the wedding, and we've done functions like that before too. Love functions, they're great fun. From Christmas through to the Australia Day long weekend, you don't come up for air. It's just insane. It's great fun.
Terry, thanks for your time.
Sure, Tim. Come on, let me buy you a beer.
Sounds good. We're just on our way from Jamieson to Kevington. We've just noticed this big tree that's come down. Now, this is not uncommon to see big trees like this come down after heavy rain. The ground gets soft, they lose their footing. So before you put your swag or your tent on the ground, make sure you check out your surroundings and you'll avoid situations like this. In the gold rush era in the 1860s, John and Mary Garrett travelled from Beechworth to the new find in the upper Goulburn Valley. They established themselves at a place then known as Max Creek. In 1862, they opened on the banks of the Goulburn River a beer house, simply known as Garrett's Beer House. The horse trail passed right by the front of the beer house, servicing the hordes of thirsty miners in the district. As time went by, the beer house became known as the Kevington Hotel and soon became a permanent stopover with accommodation available. So Wayne, how beautiful is the location here with the Kevington pub situated smack on the Goulburn River? Yes,
it's a very unique situation here with a hotel of this age built on a beautiful pristine river like the upper Goulburn. Here we're about 10 k's south of Jamieson and just a magnificent location. We love it here.
And how many years have you been in the pub?
We've been here 7 years, but my grandparents actually owned this pub from 1957 till 1986. Before that, the Allen family who built the hotel nearly had it in their family for a century. I think they were about 3 or 4 years short of a century in the one family. It was built in 1862. It was in the gold rush boom of the 1860s. So yeah, it was built in those days and has been here ever since, and it's been licensed since then. So we believe it's the longest running continual licence in Victoria.
So this is still the original pub from day one?
This is still the original pub, yes. All the front of the pub and the 3 rooms behind the hotel are all original. So mind you, it has been a little bit remodelled inside. We've certainly done a lot to the pub, restoring it since we've been here.
Have a look at these rustic old veranda posts around the Kevington pub. They're made from old tree branches. Talk about keeping that bush feel.
We've also got a bit of land beside the hotel where people can come and camp or bring their caravan and stay in the caravan.
So Wayne, when's the busiest time that you find for the pub?
We find our peak season really runs from Christmas time through to just after Easter. Of course, with the summer weather, it's beautiful. People can swim in the river, etc., etc. Our dining room holds 45 people, so if people want to eat in the dining room, it's a pristine dining room, very popular, but it's always very good to book if you want to sit and eat in the dining room. Most people these days, when the weather's nice and warm, they like to sit out the back here on the river and enjoy the view of the river while they eat, which is yeah, very comfortable.
And what about the accommodation? How many can you sleep in there?
Yeah, we can hold 28 people in the accommodation with the variations of the rooms. We've got 3 double rooms that we book out, and the rest are all bunks and single beds.
So what's this setup that we're standing at the moment?
We're actually standing on our band stage. We quite often have bands, particularly through the warmer months, because of this being an outside venue. If you keep an eye on the papers, etc., we do advertise when we have good bands, and it's well worth coming along to listen to it. We do get a lot of 4-wheel drive groups that come through. They'll book the hotel out and the camping ground, and they'll come and have a meal, a few drinks, and talk about their adventures through the day. We get a lot of trail bike riders that come through, and they'll spend the weekend up here. They'll come up Friday night, get themselves organised, have a few refreshments, and off they go on the Saturday for a long ride. We also get lots of fishermen that come up and try and catch the elusive trout in the river, and just general holiday makers, tourists that like to have a look at the pristine valley and the beautiful wildflowers, etc., that we've got to offer up here.